Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, people who know Jeff, that sort of thing. This is episode 12 of the Royal Ramble. With me today, to the front.
Oh my God, you're failing miserably. Yo, everybody, it's your boy Luke.
All right, well, they spoiled the surprise. We got Jeff, we got Sean back this week, and of course, as always, me. That's all you get out of me. Jeff!
Thank God.
Jeff, you wanna tell the folks at home just how bad Tony Hawk was, since we promised last week we'd talk about it.
Wow, we're just fucking going right for the jugular this week, aren't we?
Diving right into the fucking deep end.
Yeah. No, well, that was what we left off with last week, and I know that our fan is waiting for it, so.
Is anybody actually waiting for a realistic yet obvious review of Tony Hawk?
Maybe Tony Hawk himself.
Somebody out there is waiting on bated breath to hear.
You stole it from me. You stole it from
me. So yes, Jeff and I spent some time this week with Tony Hawk. I used that.
And how would you explain the quality of your time?
Well, here, let me give you the pros first, because there's just so many. I gotta have time to list them all off. It's playable.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like warmed over ass.
Keep going. There's got to be more, right? There's got to be more.
The soundtrack is passable. I'm done.
No. There's no more?
No, there's no more. It's not good. As I said, it's playable, and if that's like the biggest compliment I can give your game, you're already starting off on the wrong foot. The controls, my biggest gripe, the controls are very floaty, and for that type of game, there's a level of precision you need to hit, and they are not even in the same stadium as that level of precision. Jeff, how about you toss in one, since I've been doing all the talking?
This is a $10 arcade game on the Xbox 360, and that's all it is.
There you go.
You mean that's what it should be?
Yeah, that's.
That's the level of effort they put into it.
Yes, it's not actually an arcade game. Don't go looking for it.
Yes, it's not. Yeah.
It is apparently a $30 game on the 360 and PS3 and the old consoles, and a $60 game somehow on next gen.
You gotta pay for those next gen graphics, bruh.
I don't know if they have. If it's the same game or if the older consoles have more features, which doesn't make sense to the price point, but I don't know. It's just it angered me to play it.
Yeah, it's.
I remember putting it in, and it was still installing, so I was playing the tutorial. I'm like, all right, it's got some stuff, right? It's playable. And then I got to the main game and realized that that's all it was.
You were very, very wrong.
Yeah, it's a fucking disappointment and an embarrassment to the series. Well, I'm not saying the last couple games were good either, but it just this hopefully is the nail in the coffin.
You would rather play Tony Hawk's Project 8?
I somewhat enjoyed Project 8. It was, I think the first Tony Hawk on the 360 at the time, so I had some growing pains, but
it not as many growing pains as this.
It wasn't downhill jam, that's for goddamn sure.
Oh, God. The biggest thing that struck a chord with me when Jeff and I were discussing this over text while he bitched and ranted for nearly an hour, the level design is pretty poor, especially for a Tony Hawk game. It's just big, empty rooms. With and to be fair, that's kind of the design idea with the first couple of Tony Hawks, but they made them interesting. There was variety. There was crazy shit you could do, like grinding on a helicopter and causing it to take off to change the level. There's nothing like that in here. It's just a pool, maybe a half pipe, some quarter pipes, and that's it.
Feels like they just phoned it in, is what you're saying.
Yeah. And Jeff and I discussed this, and we're pretty sure they didn't expect the Tony Hawk HD re-release on Xbox Live and PSN to garner the attention it did. And I think it was more than anything, not even a cash-in, but just an attempt to keep the license when they realized there was still a market for it. Because that's what it really feels like, a game that just needed to be put out so that there was a game with that label made recently.
Tony Hawk was realizing that he hasn't been paid in a while, so he's like, I could go for another paycheck right about now.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's poor.
My 6 mansions isn't enough.
It's poor in various ways and good in almost none of them. Actually, no, I wouldn't call it good in any respect. I would call it maybe average in a couple. But no, if you had Tony Hawk on your radar and you were waiting for the filthy casual review of it, then it is not a recommend. We do not
certified.
Is it a must miss?
Yeah, it's a must miss, exactly. Must skip.
Must avoid.
Yeah. But with the bad,
I'm just waiting for someone to be like, open up a Christmas present. It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, and they're like, oh boy, and then they fit it into their NES case and just realize that it's.
But with all the bad that we got out of Tony Hawk, there was some good this week in that Metal Gear Online launched, which we've all been partaking part in. I don't know if that's how I wanted to phrase that, but we've all been taking part in Metal Gear Online, and it's
the bee's knees?
It's like night and day compared to Tony Hawk. There's Tony Hawk 5, which is barely playable, which offers next to nothing. It's just
the good thing about Metal Gear is we weren't expecting it. We were just like, all right, well, we'll try it out.
Yeah. I don't think any
Those
of us...
are the best. Those are the best surprises.
I don't think any of us really had any expectation for, like, enjoying Metal Gear Online. We're just like, yeah, got Metal Gear 5 already. We may as well check out the online stuff. And I think safe to say, we've all just fairly well loved it. It's not just like a deathmatch thing like previous entries have been with some stealth elements. I mean, like I was telling Jeff earlier today, I think a big part of it for me is I'm terrible at it, but there's something so satisfying about knocking somebody out or tranking them and then fultoning them off the map. And there's just a little something for everybody, if you will, as far as multiplayer goes. And I don't really play competitive games anymore, so for me to get into one is a good achievement.
Yeah,
they don't have many modes. I shouldn't say that. They have a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, it's definitely early stages, but what is there already is really good. Speaking of room to grow, how about this fucking free play room that doesn't account for anything right now?
Yeah, I'm still baffled by that.
It's like a square mile large, and there's like nothing in it.
It would have been nice.
There could be something down the road for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. It would have been nice to play around with friends in there, not hindered by
assholes.
Well, no. Well, I was gonna say not hindered by like a score or time or anything like that. Just fucking goof around and.
Like a sandbox.
Yeah.
Any way that in a short time of playing it, do you guys foresee anything that they could work on?
I foresee Sean needing to ready the fuck up so I can go into a match.
We discussed this a little bit earlier. I would like more rewards. And like I said, I'm not asking for the fucking moon here. It's just the rate at which you earn their currency, which is gear points, is a little slow for me, because it's like every 1 to 2 matches you'll get 10 or 20, and a base item will cost 50. And I think I've been playing for a bit of time, and my max is right now I've got 60. So, and a lot of things that they have cost 500, 600, 3,000, 1,000. So we're talking hours upon hours upon hours of time in this game just to get like a hat or an eye patch or some goggles.
Hey Sean, this 2-on-1 right here, he's gonna fuck us up.
Do I have to be Snake?
I think so. I think he's got unique characters on, so.
Oh, you joined one. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't make it.
I think I could do with. And I think I brought this up before. I think I could do with a an option to go in there with uh unlimited time and like
Mm.
a certain kill, uh set it to certain kills.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Because depending on how you play, you can fucking just wait out your opponents. You don't have to go in there guns blazing. You could try having like a whole stealthy routine, but it eats away at the time. And I think the most you can have in a match is 30 minutes, which seems to go by really quickly if you're having fun with it.
Yeah. Which is a testament to the game itself.
Hey, we got another guy on our team. This must be filling up. Yeah, this is really good. I do agree that it seems like progression is slow, but it could just be that there's not. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot in the game right now, so they're probably doling it out in dollops.
And
I'm sure you guys
it's in its
had
infancy
it.
right now, so I'm sure it'll get
Yeah.
better.
I'm sure you guys had a little bit of time to play as both and yourself, but who do you guys prefer, Ocelot or
I have
Snake?
not actually played as Shalashaska, so
Hmm.
I
This
can't
is actually the
answer
first
that.
time I've
His-
played a snake. I enjoy
His
the
fucking
sonar
revolvers
hand.
are OP.
Yeah, I mostly play as myself. I've only played as Snake like once, and I haven't played as Ocelot, so
They
I
both
can't answer
tend to
your
have
question.
their strengths and weaknesses. Like the good thing about Ocelot is he's got like I said, his revolvers, which are just fucking great.
His
And
namesake.
Snake's got the stealth camo.
Yes.
Snake's got the stealth camo?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
in his
No
item
way.
list. And I respawn and immediately jump off a cliff. Brilliant. This is going swimmingly. So, yeah, it's. I guess to sum this up without going on and on about the same things over and over for hours on end is it's a good start, a really good start, and we're looking forward to what we see coming. It is a little sparse as far as variety right now. There's 5 total maps, 3 game modes, which to my opinion one of them just sucks fucking dongs.
Which one is that one?
The command control. It's basically
Capture points, right?
yeah, capture points, and it's not good.
Where's the camouflage at? I don't see it.
Are you Snake?
Yes, he's
Yeah.
Snake.
It should be right on the D-pad.
Right? I thought it was left.
No, I've only got the grenade and the wormhole generator.
I
And
thought
the
No, the other
cardboard
one.
box. And the cardboard box and the other one, that's it.
I just got
The
folded.
cardboard box. Maybe he doesn't have it every time. I don't. I remember using it though. Maybe it's a certain class.
Maybe.
Well, you, sir, are a liar.
Artificio. Oh, that's not where we're going.
No, I think you might have picked the wrong class. I think one of the classes has stealth camo on it.
And a nice honorable mention here for Metal Gear Online, which I am a huge fan of, is that when you're choosing your whatever your loadouts and all that stuff, they give you like basically soundtracks from Metal Gear NES all the way up to Metal Gear Solid. Well, this one tracks to listen to, like Battle in the Base from Metal Gear 3, which is my personal favorite, or Metal Gear Solid 1, or
I
Metal
s-
Gear Solid 2.
I spend a lot of time with the original Metal Gear soundtrack. Something about the 8-bit just screams out to me.
It was nice
yeah.
that they put those in there too, not just solids.
And when the game like gets heated, it kind of goes into it plays like the "Oh, I Found You" track or version of the track.
Yeah, the I don't know what I'm trying to do there. Yeah, the You've Been Seen track.
Yeah,
I think
nice
I just
little,
saved
addition.
somebody's ass from getting Fultoned. Wake up, Dick.
dude, we're losing hard as fuck.
Damn it. I got killed.
Do you think Konami will actually stand by it and keep it going, even though the servers don't seem to be the greatest thing in the world?
If we're going to talk about servers, we should hold that conversation for something else we're going to be bringing up, Jeff.
Fair enough. Any additional thoughts to Metal Gear, or are you so ingrained in it that?
Um, I like that at least in Bounty Hunter, which is kind of like their deathmatch option. That even if you don't actually, you're not good enough to get kills and stuff. Even stunning somebody or tranking them counts as a bounty capture. So you still have that opportunity to get points, even if you can't really finish off the job. So
Hmm.
like if you just
Oh,
run up
nice.
and punch somebody out, it counts for the bounty capture.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So there's some it's not a closed book to people who haven't spent like their entire life playing Metal Gear and are stealth experts.
True.
So, beyond that, no, I think it's a good start. I'm excited for what's coming. Like I said, variety is a little low right now, but I do like what's there, and hopefully we'll see a bunch more of it.
Yeah, it seems like they didn't just do this mode as an afterthought like Uncharted or Tomb Raider.
I feel like it would have been if they had put it on day one.
So I just want
Hmm.
to point out that they have two walkers on us.
I've been disconnected, so it doesn't matter.
The host actually disconnected.
Uh, but yeah, anyway.
So anyway, I may have mentioned server problems, as some of you might have picked up on. That was very subtle, so I'm not sure if anybody caught that. Sean, ready up again. But the Star Wars Battlefront Beta has come out, and I have not been able to get into a single game.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's still downloading for me.
I did
We'll get
play
there.
the survival single-player mode, so I could actually experience the game at least a little bit before we started. Um, it's not bad. Not at all. From
For
a
the two other people in this party that haven't played it,
from a gameplay
what are the
standpoint.
varieties?
What are the varieties? Well, the varieties available in the beta. Um, in the multiplayer that I've been unable to access, there is what's called drop. I think it's drop in or
Drop zone.
drop zone. Thank you, drop zone, which is
Yep.
basically standard deathmatch, what you're used to with Battlefront Fair. The other thing available in the ready back up, Sean. We couldn't connect to that one.
Wait, are you sure? I thought drop zone was you have to hold certain objective points.
There, I believe so, but it's like the standard mode, so it's going to be
Oh,
your
okay.
standard, yeah.
Okay.
It's the standard Battlefront, like I said, and Battlefront was
Hmm.
always about pushing up the field. So standard
Hmm.
Battlefront. Um, then the other one available is Walker Assault, which is entirely dealing with the AT-ATs.
Like no,
And
like not just one, a few of them.
yeah, you're fighting over AT-ATs and stuff. Yeah. So,
Okay.
How many?
You can
is it just
you can
one
play in
world,
first
or?
person and third person.
yes, you can
From
play
what I read?
first person or third person. It actually allows you to set which camera you default to. And as far as I know, each of those modes is only available on one world right now for the beta. I'm not sure if they'll expand it out to be on any of the worlds that are.
Is it Hoth or what?
I forget the one Drop Zone is on. It's a planet I don't recognize and really remember the name of, Solset or something like that.
I don't know
Oh,
who that
okay.
is, yeah.
Walker is on Hoth. And then the survival one that's available is on Tatooine.
I'm kind of
So is
excited
there-
for this. Go ahead, Jeff. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, is I would assume the option to do like play as either Luke or Vader's the same as it would be in 2,
I would assume
which
so,
is kind of
but as the
a
only
random.
the only thing I was able to do was play survival, and it didn't appear there. I wouldn't know what to tell you as far as that goes, but I would assume so.
From what I was reading, I think it's point based. You have to pick up like stuff around the like points around the map, and by points I mean like I think
Power-ups?
yeah, like little floaty things for lack of a better word that give you points, and then I think you can again for lack of a better word like call in like a Titanfall,
Yeah.
call in like a hero.
You call
I
in
think-
Vader, and then you step inside his body and control him.
Well, not like that, but yeah, sure.
It'd be neat if they gave that to somebody that really needed it, like say like the last person on the loop. Well, no, that would be rewarding somebody that sucks then. I don't know how that would work. I wouldn't
But
say
no,
give
I'm-
it to the
I-
worst person or the best person.
It's got me excited for shit like this because it's a system that can really show the world for what it's really worth in all its splendor. And it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I
What
remember when it was just like just an idea that turned into a tangible thing.
what I did play of it I like, but I haven't really gotten to play much, and I'm hoping those server issues get resolved so I can experience beyond just survival.
And all the
Yeah, we'll
different
definitely have to
worlds
try
that,
that
that
tonight.
you might be able to play on.
Yeah.
I really hope that they do the series justice and have a lot of different places to go to, and not just like, oh,
There's
here's Hoth and
there's
here's
a
Tatooine
there's
and
at
Well, this
least
is
here's Alderaan.
there's at least four because there's I think it's Solset. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that.
Jeff. I don't think
Hoth and
I don't think they're gonna
Tatooine.
be on Alderaan.
I know. I meant to say Kashyyyk, and for some reason I was like, let's go to the fucking Alderaan planet that was already blown up. We're just dancing on rubble.
Space dust.
Yeah.
Well, this is
I've-
Dice's
I mean, they could go to
forte, so.
They
I don't
they
know.
could go to Alderaan, in it doesn't have to necessarily be,
I don't know what to
4,
do with
5,
you
and
two.
6 Alderaan.
I don't know what to do with you two sometimes.
Yeah, this is Dice's forte, though. So I mean, they're good at making games like this.
I
I
am
mean, Christ, they
still.
could make an entire world that's comprised of playing on Yoda's balls.
That's disgusting. I am still a little
They got the dice engine.
wary of. Oh crap! I just got interrogated and killed. I'm wary of the flying. It still doesn't look like it's cleaned up that much, and that could be the one hiccup in this game. So for like flying the X-wing, snow speeders, that kind of stuff around, I almost said flying the AT-ATs, which would be really
Well, if it's
impressive.
anything like Battlefield, kind of, if you don't get to the if you don't get to the jets, you're kind of
If you
shit
don't-
out of luck.
If you don't get
Only
to
the
the
best
chopper,
people can pilot those things, which really sucks because I feel like everybody should have had a turn at one of those things, but everyone immediately goes for those.
true.
You're welcome, by the way. I just saved your ass.
Thank you. I was wondering who shot him because I was fucked.
Well, I shot your balloon.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but continue.
No, go for it. Please interrupt balloons all the time. I'm happy about that.
I meant the conversation.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's. I know what you mean about Battlefront and vehicle whoring. It's a problem, and hopefully one that's addressable.
I'm not saying just put like one fucking thing in the middle of the map where everybody, has like a control point, but I don't know. A lot of games like that, and even in I think we experienced that in Metal Gear Solid Online, that if you're not in a vehicle, you're pretty much fucked unless you're godly at the game.
What, the walkers? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Oh, they give you options though, and I'm sure as you unlock more stuff, there's probably a little bit more explosive weaponry that you can use.
Oh, that's a good question. Unlocks. Is it like this? Is it Call of Duty style unlocks?
Battlefront?
Yeah, like leveling up and you get new weapons for leveling up.
It looks honestly like it's more, much more heavy on earning credits and using those to buy what you want in game.
Hmm.
Rather than having a hard unlock system, it looks more like just save up for what you want, and if it's a better, more expensive weapon, then it's just going to take you longer to get there. While
I don't know
everybody
if
else
that's
is
good or
upgrading
bad.
early. Yeah. Because from what I saw, there's about 4 blasters available in the beta, and they're all just there with a credit amount assigned to them, and it's your choice. Do you want to save it for this one? Do you want to get this one? And I believe they all have like upgrades and stuff that you can put on them once you have them as well.
Like scopes. Obviously not silencers because we're talking about blasters here.
Yeah, extended mags.
Ah.
I'm fucking you with you.
I wasn't going to say anything because I was like, how can a blaster have a mag? But whatever.
You want to get that guy I'm shooting at? He's trapped in that house because I'm laying suppressing fire on him.
I don't know what house you're talking about.
The one that's being hit by the fucking chain gun.
Oh, this guy. I can
Yeah.
try.
Oh, he's out the back door already. He's going for Jordy Boy. You got him.
He's jumping down.
Any other?
Anyway, so yeah, not much experience with Battlefront yet. What I've seen, I like. we'll see what happens. And I guess I'll play with you guys tonight. We might have a little more to talk about next week when everything's functioning a little bit better.
Yeah.
When
Probably
does
a
the
good
beta
point to
end?
stop on that.
I'm
Oh,
not
that's
sure.
another good question. I think it's. Let me go look that up real quick
All
because I
right.
think it's not terribly long.
They never seem to be anymore.
I know the Siege beta was only like a week.
It got
Oh God,
extended
let's not talk
twice.
about that fucking piece of shit.
What was that? Well, we'll bring that up later. That's not important right now. Um. So, Jeff, have we exhausted our new game supply? We'll also be talking about Transformers Devastation next week because that's coming from Gamefly, and I'll be
Yeah, I
checking
heard
that
that
out.
was getting some pretty good reviews.
Yeah,
Well,
I actually just got it from GameFly. I have yet to install it yet.
yeah, I should be getting mine either today or tomorrow, and I'll be joining you on checking that out as well. But yes, I'd heard the same thing, Jeff. It's supposed to be pretty good, so.
One person went so far as to say it's a love letter to fans. So I don't take that as you will.
I'm not sure I want game companies writing me love letters.
I liked that little punctuation there, but
You're
no,
welcome.
I think the last Transformers game that I played was a long time ago, and it wasn't. I think we even talked about it on a.
Well, War for Cybertron or something like that, or Battle of
It might have
Cybertron,
been, yeah,
or Cybertron can get
something
fucked.
Cybertron cuck play, but
Oh,
it didn't
really,
seem to
Jeff?
go over very well.
Is that where we're going with this now?
It didn't seem to go over very well. So Transformers game seems to be quite hit and miss, quite like the 87 movies they have lined up.
Oh, that nonsense again. All right. Um, but yeah, we'll be talking about that one next week. Jeff, did you have any other current games that you played or anything that you wanted to talk about?
God, no, I don't think so.
Sean, what
I think
about
it's-
you? Mad,
We're
We're
Mad
not gonna
Max?
have a lot of really
I think
newsworthy news
didn't I already
until
discuss Mad
probably
Max?
Fallout.
You did. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, we
Oh.
discussed it. Um,
No, that's it. Okay.
God, there's
Nothing I
not-
can think
no,
of.
No.
At right at hand, off the top of my head,
Well,
off the top of the dome.
there's a little spot where those take off from you, but um. Well, that being said, I did want to touch on a game recently released, PC RPG called Undertale. I don't know if Sean bothered getting familiar with it, and I don't know how familiar with it Jeff is. But it's a little neat little RPG that seems to be inspired a lot by. I mean, Earthbound is a clear inspiration for it and stuff like that. But the neat thing about it is it seems very heavily focused on giving you the option on whether or not to even fight at all. There's ways out of every battle that don't involve fighting, and in fact, the best ending would entail you not fighting at all and finding all those other ways out of battle. Um, from my part, what little I've seen, which, as people who know me might have guessed, was mostly from Steam Train playing it, it's actually got some pretty good writing. And it's generally got some funny moments, and it's the narrative seems a bit interesting as well. Although I'm not too far into that enough to really know, but overall, it doesn't look too bad from what I've seen. I'm kind of interested in it. Jeff, did you have any take you wanted to input on that?
I saw it on Steam because it was $10, and I could I was looking around for games to play on Steam, and I thought about it because people told me to check it out. It was apparently worth checking out. I I, I don't know. I personally I don't think it's something I could get into, but I mean I'm not saying that's a bad game.
Okay. That's it.
I'm not a fan of the art style personally, but I mean that others might find that charming.
Well, yeah, the art style is very minimal, and Nothing fantastic. Sean, are you aware of this at all, or are you just along for the ride on this one?
I'm just listening
Okay.
intently.
It's definitely worth a look-see. It's, as Jeff said, not at a high price point, and if it Earthbound and some of those RPG Maker games that took a lot of inspiration from Earthbound are your alley, then Undertale very possibly could be as well. But I haven't seen it all the way through. Apparently, it's got quite the ending. And apparently, if you go with what they call the genocide ending, which is actually fighting everything, it's actually supposed to be pretty damn heart-wrenching and makes you feel like a big piece of shit most of the game. So
Hmm.
that's a rare
For
feat.
people that haven't, doesn't know what you're, has no idea what you're talking about, what would you attribute it to?
Like the as far as what?
Like, what is it? What is it like?
That's a tough one to call because the battle system is fairly unique. I don't think I've seen a battle system quite like Undertale's before. It's very interesting. It's definitely a turn-based RPG, but every turn has its own like mini game in the form of how you avoid attacks and stuff. And I don't mean like
Would you say
Mario.
it's quirky like Earthbound or something?
It's definitely quirky like Earthbound, but like the battle system's a very tough thing to quantify. And the writing, it's like it's dark, and at the same time, it's very bright and cheery.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's something I would suggest if any of this has sounded interesting to you listening to this, that you go maybe watch 10 minutes of it, 15 minutes of it, and see how you like that opening, and go from there, because it's definitely very indicative of the product as a whole from the very beginning.
Dropping some fucking expensive ass words here.
I know I had to open the bank account for that one. But yeah, Undertale definitely an interesting title. I'd have to see it all the way through, or eventually have the money to get it myself and play it through to give you a full wording on it. But it looks good.
Is it out right now?
Yes, it is. It is currently out.
Oh.
I'm gonna Fulton this dude. Jeff, you had a game that's coming out that I think you wanted to talk about while I Fulton this guy.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out when it's coming out too, because the more and more I look at it, the more and more I want to actually play it. But it's called Astroneers. No, not Astroneers.
Astroneers.
Sorry, Astroneer.
Yeah, just one.
No S. It's singular. But I thought it was just this. I hate to use the word quirky again, but it looks like this
That's
little
Jeff's
title
word.
that
That's Jeff's
you're
Pee
just
Wee
running
Herman
across
word of the
planets.
day.
um,
You sound like you were getting
it sounds
stabbed.
like it's not the point of it is you can traverse across numerous planets, across various landscapes, and exploring uncharted intergalactic territory.
Are you
Sounds
just
a lot like
reading
No Man's Land, but
are you just reading the
in a
press
more
release?
no, yeah, I looked it up. No, it sounds like a very scaled down 2D not 2D, side scrolling No Man's Land kind of thing.
Is it side scrolling?
In
Looked more
in short,
it looked isometric to me.
it it could be I'd have to watch the video again. It looked kind of maybe both. They have apparently infinitely diverse worlds, which sounds nice.
And
You can
sounds like
establish yourself out in space.
it also sounds like they're over
Huh?
they're over promising, but
Well, so did No Man's Land. And we'll see if that
who
ever comes out
hasn't
in the year
been guilty of
2013.
over promising, right?
2013.
Heh.
Alright.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure what this game is because nobody seems to be able to tell me exactly what it is.
Well,
but
it just
it
got
looks.
announced, right?
Yeah,
No, I mean there's that.
it's just it's classified as a intergalactic exploration game.
Intergalactic planetary? Planetary
Hmm.
intergalactic?
Not quite.
They're procedurally generated planets, which is nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of
So it,
replayability there.
so
When
it
you
doesn't. Yeah, so it doesn't look like you have the same gameplay twice. You can level hills, carve out tunnels, dig out artifacts. So it's kind of Minecrafty in that sense.
it's definitely got a nice little aesthetic to it. It's not like super indie yada yada yada, but it's Sean
It
behind
sounds like the team has a bunch of big people on it too. Devs from 343
343.
Industries,
Yeah.
which,
Uh,
Ubisoft and Valve.
Oh, Ubisoft. That's a bad sign.
Not everything Ubisoft touches turns to shit, but pretty much
I mean,
a lot
on
of it, yes.
on the mass variety or the mass majority is the word I meant, not mass variety. The mass majority of it turns to shit.
Just the series they're pounding into the fucking dirt.
Are we talking about Ass Creed?
It remains to be seen. It might be good.
Yeah, but yes,
Hopefully, when it gets closer to release date, they'll show off some more stuff.
Astroneer definitely looks like it's got some things going for it. What it does remain to be seen if everything pans out, because they are promising a lot, and I want to believe it. But
You could have told me there was a guy behind you. I couldn't get off the mortar in time.
it's fine. I just knocked him out.
Oh, cool. I'll take this one.
Let's see. Also, in the news today, there for
Are you
those
kidding me?
interested,
Oh, I got
in
him.
Sean is.
Yeah. Sorry, Sean's over knocking people out. What were you saying?
I said, for those interested, the finale for Borderlands was announced today.
Oh, that's right.
Coming
Tell-
out on the
Oh, yeah,
20th
yeah.
for PC and
Hold on. You cut out a little bit there. So clarify, Jeff was saying the finale for Tales from the Borderlands got announced. Go ahead, Jeff.
yeah, I know
You're
that
back in now.
this seems to be wonky for everybody. For me too. Tales from Borderlands finale is coming out on the 20th of October for PC and I want to say mobile. I don't know. And 21st for consoles. So
Well, I mean, you can only know so much, right? I'm
He's
done
only
being-
human.
I'm done being a dick. Yes, for those of you waiting for the end of Telltale's latest installment of, or last installment of their latest one, then yes, coming soon to a device that plays games near you. Jeff, you've played all the way through this so far. Excited?
Oh my god.
what are you? Oh my godding!
He's oh my god, and that he got knocked out in Metal Gear.
Even though I struck
I'm
first.
so glad you guys are on the ball today.
We are on the
Really?
ball.
Partly a reason why I don't like playing while we cast, but that's just me.
So
all
anyway,
good,
What were you saying?
is it exciting news for the final part of that coming out? I know you played it all the way through. So
It's really good. I mean, I don't think I've played a necessarily terrible Telltale's game, except maybe their super early stuff like the Monkey Island and the Back to the Future stuff. But
Sam and Max,
oh yeah, Sam and Max too.
Was that them? Sam and Max was decent.
the newer Sam and Max. Was
Oh,
them.
I can't remember the name. But yeah.
The season 1 and season 2, yeah, that was them.
Yeah.
They were actually all good. So when Jeff says a not good Telltale game, it's still, in comparison to other things on the market, it's still better.
They've
most
gotten
regards.
really good with time.
They have definitely refined their
They've honed their
style.
craft,
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. What was that word?
and then absolutely
Honed.
shit all over it with the Minecraft story. But
They've honed their craft, Sean. This is not a hard one to grasp. I don't know why you're having problems with it.
No, I was asking what the word that he said was.
Honed. Honed.
Oh, he said it in something. I didn't hear the full word.
Shit, look
Got
at
it.
that. 17 objectives? I was number 1 on our team? Holy fuck.
Nice. I don't know what objectives means, but
I
whatever.
was getting people with bounties apparently, like crazy.
Ah,
Yeah, I claimed 17 bounties.
okay.
Also, if anybody's interested and liked Scribblenauts in the past, because
Oh
remember that was a
yeah,
thing before
yeah.
they
I know where
started
this is
going off
going.
on a tangent, making like DC and superhero ones. But
I heard
they
those
are
weren't bad.
they are now crowdfunding a new sequel on Fig, which is apparently the gaming alternative to Kickstarter. So you can go and plop down a few bucks to make sure that they continue their legacy of
Of wordplay.
crazy and yes, unabashed wordplay.
There you go. Unabashed. That's a good word.
Um, and in other news, I don't know, Jeff, if you've heard this, and Luke might have looked it up since the last time we talked about it, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, the voice actor strike that is impending.
Possibly
I can't.
impending.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. That they're getting ready to strike for. I think it's for benefits or some sort of
Yeah, it's probably
some
money issues.
like I think I can't remember exactly what it is that they want, but I guess they're a bunch of them feel that they're not getting it or they're not being represented the way they should be. So I guess they're talking about
It's
striking.
not like a union-based thing, isn't it?
I'm just whatever the union they have.
The voice actors, the guild.
I don't think it's a unionized thing.
They have a thing that represents them. I'm using union because that's the only word I can think of right now.
They have a thing that represents them.
Yeah, they have
Technical
a
term.
group that looks out for
Interests.
their well-being. Yes, their interests.
You're welcome.
Uh,
I saved you from that one.
yeah,
You're welcome.
sure, thanks. What do I want? Tanker set? Let's do tanker set. Uh, and they're thinking about striking, which means guys like Troy Baker, Nolan North, to name a few. You might not be hearing some guys, some of your favorite voice actors in some of these in some
You
games
hear that,
in
everybody?
the future.
You're taking food out of Nolan North's mouth. You
I'm pretty sure
selfish
that dude.
pricks.
I'm pretty sure that dude eats well.
Eats food.
he eats a bowl full of
fuck,
$100 bills.
I hate this mode.
But yeah, there's that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know too much about it.
I figured it was. It feels like it was a long time coming.
But it finally broke.
Like I said, I'm not familiar on what it is that the voice actors are asking for, but
I mean, Christ, even
whatever they're
the
asking
cast
for
of
is not being met.
even the cast of The Simpsons were all like, "We don't make enough money." At one point, and that was just like 5 years ago. They're making like $7 million an episode. They're like, "Nope, it's not enough."
Oh, one of them. I think one of their gripes was, I think more pay for more vocally demanding roles, like lots of screaming and
Well, yeah, I mean,
stuff like that.
games
That would
are
do
now
a strain
more
their
complex
voices
and everything.
because their voice is their
It's
money.
a lot of
If they lose that, they're losing food on the table and they can't pay their lights and just general things like that.
Sean,
Well, game scripts are becoming more complex now too.
Yeah,
you totally screwed the pooch on that one.
what's that?
They can't pay their lights.
Yeah, the light bill.
You mean their electric bills?
Yeah, the light bill. It's the same shit.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking slap you.
I'm not wrong. Don't try and make it that
You're
sound like I'm
very,
wrong.
very
I'm not wrong. Some people call it a light bill.
Maybe that's how he says it.
Then he's wrong. This isn't a hard concept to grasp, guys.
I bet
No,
you
it's
call
it's
a water
hard because
fountain a bubbler.
it's hard because you want everybody to say it your way.
No, it's hard because you refuse to use the proper wording for it.
I'm not the only one that calls it a light bill. People call it a light bill just
That
for
doesn't
short.
make it right. That makes it stupid.
But is electricity lights? Electricity is lights, right?
No.
So electricity doesn't turn your lights on?
No. Mine worked by magic.
Oh, sorry, Nikola Tesla.
It's Nicola, not Nicola. God damn it!
Nicola, Nicola.
It sounds like a new fucking drink from Coke. Anyway, that's also a good point. Also, from like it's a Fallout drink right there is what that is. A Nikola Tesla. Um,
That
No,
was
you
terrible.
lost it. You fucked it.
well, that's none of your business what I've been doing with that. But yes, the voice actor strike. Sad that Nolan North won't be in fucking everything anymore.
Hey,
Doesn't
listen, man.
necessarily mean he's not going to be in anything anymore.
When
He
you got
just, I'm
skills,
sure, I'm sure
you put
everyone's
them,
going to
you use
settle.
them.
No, I said it's so sad that he won't be in everything anymore, Jeff.
Like I said, I'm sure he'll settle.
I'm sure he'll be all right.
Look at his IMDb. He's already slated for 768 more games just next year.
And he just re-recorded all of Peter Dinklage's lines. I'm sure they paid him a fucking pretty penny for that.
He just re-recorded
I wonder
all
if-
of Peter Dinklage's parts in Game of Thrones.
I wonder if they had to re-record anything for the Uncharted collection.
It was already Nolan North. Why the hell would they need to re-record it?
Well, because it's of a better quality.
Maybe, I don't know.
Are you trying to tell me there's a
But
better
I'm
Nolan
saying
North?
if I had a PS4, I would definitely pick that up, even though I already own the second and third one, just because I like them so much. Which brings me to an interesting point. Those interested in a PS4 this Christmas can experience a PS4 for $50 less,
Yes.
as it is now the same price as an
Hey,
Xbox.
price cuts are always nice for new consoles.
Absolutely agreed with that. That's why we brought it
Yeah.
up. Yes, definitely. That.
And that's where we're gonna end it.
Yeah, $50 price drop on the PS4. It's about time they're catching up with their competition. And I don't just mean Microsoft. I mean Nintendo's lower price point as well. The PS4's fallen a little bit into the same trap that the PS3 did by being higher priced for an extended period of time. So it's good that they're catching up quicker this time.
No doubt, more sales for Christmas.
Yep. Don't doubt that at all. But oh shit, there was another piece of news that we wanted to cover, Jeff, and I've forgotten what it is now.
I don't know, man.
Not necessarily news, but those who had signed up for the
Use your
how
words.
can I word that?
Got it.
Those who signed up for the new Xbox dashboard experience
Well, that was the other
started
thing.
getting updated.
Yes, and it
Not everybody's gotten it. I guess they're slow to
rolled
to
it
update
out.
everybody's. But Jesus Christ, what a fucking train wreck!
Jeff, please, tell me all of your feelings on this.
I only have one feeling, and it's anger.
Tell me all your thoughts on God. 'Cause I'm on my way to meet him.
God has turned his back on me. The aesthetic of the dashboard looks nice, but it's got some quips and quirks, and I just hope that they fix all the bugs by the time it's made available to everybody.
That would definitely be nice.
One thing I absolutely love is having to go through a series of pages just to sign into Xbox Live, because it won't do it automatically for me.
Fantastic.
You saying that's what the new dashboard requires you to do?
Well, at least in this beta
In the beta state that it's in, it's required.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking kidding me?
Let's see what else was there.
You said you were having trouble with the store being a bitch as well.
Well, no, the store is okay. I mean, they have it all set up very nicely. Trying to find anything is a different story, because I had to actually go in and search for the Battlefront Beta. Apparently,
nice.
It's not available anywhere on mine anyway. One thing I didn't like was having to leave snaps open for them to be
Actually working.
Yeah, like I couldn't close out the snap for Skype, otherwise it would disconnect me from the call, which is stupid. I mean, it's understandable if I'm watching YouTube or something, but
Yeah.
I do like the full use of my screen at times.
Just at times.
Other than other than
Well,
that, it's
not being
something
able
that
to not being able to unsnap shit seems like a step backwards. Maybe Luke was saying it's just a technical oversight that they didn't see it at
it
that
might be.
time.
It might be.
Yeah.
I know one technical oversight is that they screwed up impressively with the video codec or whatever the fuck they're using because half the time videos won't play. Just give me a glitched out screen. Still hear sound, but video is all wonky, and so they'll even say like, just turn your Xbox off. Okay, well, I guess that's one way to fix it. Or alternative, it's 2015, people. How about we just fucking deliver something that works?
Here's how you fix that. You turn your Xbox off, and then there's no longer a problem.
That's the quote of the day right there. It's fucking 2015. How about we deliver a working product?
Yeah, like that's ever gonna happen. One can only hope. But yeah, Jeff has been bitching almost nonstop since he got that update. So I would assume there's a couple of issues with it.
I'm finding something every day that I don't like, but I mean, it looks nice. Convenience-wise, it's a lot easier. Everything's you don't have to go through 6 screens to try to invite a friend to a party. It's
No,
just
you don't? That's nice.
no. I can scroll over to friends right now and it join them or invite them to a party with a click of a button, which is nice.
Hmm.
It snaps to the left side of the screen though on this one, so that's really weird. I mean, my snap is over to the right as usual, but instead of going to a different screen, it snaps open on the left side now.
Hmm.
I personally liked the addition of the game hub and being able to see how far friends were in games and leaderboards and whatnot. I don't know if they're gonna put that back in, but that's been taken out.
Wow. Okay.
Well, hold on. Go into more
they still
detail
have the
about
game
that.
hub, but it's not as fleshed out. So like, let me go to the game hub right now for Madden, since I have it open.
Okay.
You can
You
see
mean there's
everybody that's playing the game. Huh?
Okay. You mean you can go to a game hub for each specific game? Like I can go into Metal Gear and then go to a game hub from that?
Yeah. You can see the feed of what all your friends have gotten, achievement and clips and wise, who's playing it, and it seems to show. That's different. That didn't show me for Metal Gear, but it will show me. Oh yeah, okay. I'm sorely mistaken. It seems to vary by game. It still has the leaderboards apparently, because I just looked on Madden, and they'll show you. I don't know how to explain it really. It'll show you that you're like the top of the leaderboards for something. Apparently, I have the bronze in minutes played for Madden out of 5 friends.
How do you only have bronze?
Because somebody else apparently.
Is that like minutes played
it,
overall or per game?
Yeah, overall.
Oh.
You've played it just slightly more than I have, Luke, and then somebody else has played at least a week longer than I have.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So it looks like it's a work in progress for those who like to check stats like that, like I do. So nobody else.
Clever.
I don't know. I'm a stab. I'm a stabbing enthusiast. I'm a stat kind of guy.
He's a
Stat whore.
Yes, he's a stat.
I'm a
whore.
stat whore.
To go along
Yeah.
with his achievement whore tendencies. Hey, they work with each other.
Hey, you're a pretty big achievement whore as well, Luke. So
I'm not an achievement whore.
yes, you
I
are.
would say he's an achievement whore
You
at
would
all.
Thank
I,
you.
don't- I haven't seen Luke go out of his way to an achievement that wasn't maybe Binding with Isaac.
True. I haven't even gotten everything I need on that one on the bone version yet.
if I saw that Afterbirth was $6.66 on special on Steam,
That's
and
cool.
I would
Nice.
totally have gotten it if I had Rebirth.
Yeah, that's my registration renewal. Sorry. Yeah, that's clever marketing, I would say.
Oh yeah, that was obvious. Um,
Is
the
it
only
is it
thing,
out for
huh?
consoles yet, or is it still just
Afterbirth?
yeah?
No, not that I see anyway.
Okay.
So it's just PC right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Always-
sure that'll change though,
Always the last.
depending on how well Rebirth sales do on consoles. I imagine.
Hmm. I'm sure it'll hit console just like the other ones did.
Oh yeah. Gentlemen, the only thing other I have to bring up is an opinion piece, and I want to hear your thoughts
All
on it.
right, we can do that. Probably take up some time.
I don't think we've talked about it. I know we've joked about it, but with the inclusion of Sonic 2 hitting the 3DS eStore and Lost World hitting Steam for whatever fucking reason, because who the fuck's played Lost World? Do you guys think that Sega can save Sonic?
Can Sega save Sonic? Well, I think it's entirely possible for Sega to save Sonic since they're the ones with the gun to its head.
Hmm.
Or what can they do to save Sonic? Since
Ah.
they've screwed that up so many times in the past.
I would say
barring
go back
maybe
go back to the well. Kick it back old school.
They tried
2D.
that with Sonic 4 and Sonic
No,
4
no, no.
didn't
Like
sell well.
2D like for real.
It was.
Yeah, episode 1 and 2.
They were straight up 2D games, and they did not sell
Hmm.
well. So
Oh.
the answer actually is to.
And yet that seems to be all that Sega seems to be touting these days. Just like that they're back in their golden boy.
My answer to you, Jeff, because you asked the question, is that what they need to do, the correct answer to this is to stop. Because continually making games, especially games that are bad and are not fun to play and are broken, is getting them nowhere but worse off with their diehard fans. They need to stop. Make something else for a while and give Sonic time to breathe, and then go back and make another game later.
You think anybody else could make a Sonic game?
Somebody else did, and I forget the name of it. It's a game very much like Sonic. Oh god, what was the name of it? It's I can't remember right now. It's a very Sonic-like game, and they did a good job with it. It's an indie game, PC, I believe. But the name of it eludes me at the moment. They did a good job, so it's entirely possible for another company to do it. They've got to have a handle on it, and right now Sega's run it so far into the ground with no idea what actually makes a Sonic game tick that the solution for them is to just stop. For
That's
now.
a shame because they really seem to have a handle on it, and I don't know if it was time or just oversaturation of the product that just.
There goes people leaving the company too, because Yuji Naka's no
that's
longer with
true.
them.
Oh, that's right.
He hasn't,
I don't know.
he hasn't been
It's
with
a
them for a
shame
while.
because Sonic used to be a huge part of my childhood, and I know
It's a
it's a
staple.
huge
Yeah.
part of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this is changing back topics, but I was able to get into a Battlefront match.
Oh, you bastard! I'll have to try again in a bit. Sean, you set that to
Smooth, too.
download, right?
Yeah, it's finished. I'm just in Metal Gear right now.
All right. Well, maybe we'll switch over after this and see if we can find a match.
Well, considering we just won the match, we can go right now.
That's right. All right. Cool. Let me get my level ups and shit and back out.
Oh, I got 2K15 by the way.
Oh, cool. Then we'll all have to hop on and play some street ball later too. Right, Jeff?
It's not much to do in 2K15, but yeah. I mean, I don't know what more you want me to say on that, but
No, that was it. Cool. All right. Well, wasn't there another? Oh yeah, you wanted to talk about esports as well, Jeff.
Maybe not at length, but just a little.
Little touch on it. Little pinch and squeal.
Obviously, it's not a big thing between us because I don't think any of us play League of Legends or anything competitive like that or Dota. Unless I'm wrong, are you guys into MOBAs and shit like that?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get all shifty-eyed where nobody could see me when I said
Well,
that.
no, I feel like it's a rather huge part of gaming right now.
But it is.
The point where they fill out fucking coliseums, but
It's a legitimate way to pay your bills these days.
oh my god, they're making money off that shit too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's their job. They fucking sit there and they not just at competitions, but they've made that their career. I didn't even know it was a thing.
I think it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for here? Like encouraging for kids these days. Because remember when we were kids and your mom and dad or your guardians.
We just had Nintendo World Championships.
That's not what I mean. I mean like they'd be like,
no, I know.
You're playing games. You're never gonna get anywhere just playing video games all day. Nowadays you can be like, yeah, mom, dad, fuck you. I can make a career of it by playing games.
Yeah.
I mean, the majority of them don't, but a few of them do, and that's why we have these guys making guys like Fatality who were a.
Oh, now you're taking it back, dude. When was the
yeah,
last
what's
time
the word I'm
Fatality
looking
was
for here?
That's
Why I'm bringing it up. Like back
that
in
one
his
went
day,
over my head. I
it
don't
was
know. What is that in reference to?
a rare thing. It was that was back before esports was like a legitimate thing. He was a tournament player. He'd play like Quake 3 and
Yeah, I don't see those anymore.
a couple of other first-person shooters. He was one of the best, and his name was Fatality with like a 1 instead of an L.
Ah, okay.
There was even like a graphics card that was like endorsed by him. So he was really like a pioneer, for lack of a better word.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think you could see this going to other games, or just sticking with like League of Legends and whatnot?
Well, it's Call of Duty, League of Legends. You've got you got Evo for the fighting game guys.
They still have Pokemon tournaments.
Branched out pretty far.
Pokemon tournaments are actually still really
from what it used
really
to
popular.
from what it used to be. I think
Yeah.
before when it first started, it was like Quake. It was Quake 3 Arena, and I think that was only played at like QuakeCon, and it was real small at first, and now it's this huge thing.
Yeah, at that time they weren't fully realized either.
Yeah.
But if they keep evolving like they are, I mean, it's gonna be a big part of gaming.
Yeah.
Almost to the point where it's like, I don't know what the evolution of it. They're packing fucking stadiums now. What could be next?
What is do they
Become
they
a
pack,
sovereign
they don't-
nation? Is that
they
the
don't
next
pack
thing?
they don't not stadiums, but like they
arenas is the word I think.
is it
you guys are looking for.
is it a spectator thing?
Yes, it's very
Oh
much
yeah,
a spectator.
Oh, okay.
there's
Very
hundreds
much.
of thousands of people that show up to these things.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
That's
I'm
neat.
talking about like, think of like a WrestleMania crowd.
Yeah, it's pretty close to that level.
I mean, I'm not trying to knock it because I don't play it. Just it's not my scene. But I mean, it's
I
it's a
played,
thing, man.
I played League of Legends for about an hour.
I mean, that's pretty generous. That's more than
it's not my
I
bag.
gave it. Yeah,
It's not my
we're not ragging on it. Like I said, it's just
yeah. It's just not for me. Not all games are for everybody.
yeah.
Let me go find Battlefront.
I'm sure somebody out there has tried it or gotten to the e-gaming scene, and we're curious to hear your thoughts. Somebody please talk to us.
Yeah, please refer.
Yeah,
Lonely.
I was blessed with the ability to be average in everything that I do and love. So
I tell you, I wish they had tournaments and shit like that when I was a kid for like GoldenEye, because I was the tits.
Yeah, Sean made his piece with last place years ago.
Not necessarily last place, just middle to near the bottom.
Second to last.
Sure, let's go with that.
I'm sure they have tournaments for shitty players too, like a losers bracket.
Even the losers bracket are better than me.
That's probably true.
I'm gonna start a sister podcast called the Losers Bracket.
That's actually not a bad idea for a podcast name.
But yeah, that's all I had this week.
Sean, did you have any other topics you wanted to pitch in there?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
I
None that
gotta
we hadn't
throw this
touched on
in
yet.
now that I have played it too. That was a pretty for a beta. I gotta say I played the Black Ops 3 beta, which was a fucking leggy, shitty mess. This was really surprisingly smooth.
Maybe that's why it's so hard to get into a game, because they want the server to be really stable.
Maybe.
What are the max players? Is it 16, 32?
It looks like 16. I
That's
could
not
be
bad.
wrong.
I think 40 is actually going to be the full max.
And what is this, in November or December?
November.
That's not too far away. Man, we're already into the holiday fucking game calendar already.
God,
Jesus.
I know. It's. I figured we would have had more games by then too, though.
Well, these days, I think, like I said in an earlier podcast, it just takes they put so much into these titles that there's less and less because it takes so much to bring them to fruition and for them to be gold. Unless you release a mess.
They make
like
holiday
Unity.
movies for the holiday, so I mean they'll shoot in like March or something for a holiday movie.
Yeah.
Why don't they just make this big blockbuster game and have it set for take a few years on it? I don't care.
I think that's. I remember reading something. This is way back in like PlayStation 2, Xbox 360 days. I think that's their intention is to make the game and finish in the summertime, but just delays push them into the holiday time frame, and that's why a lot of good games, a lot of your better games come out, like your licensed titles and your AAA titles come out in the holiday time frame, just because they keep getting pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Going for the
I
holiday
didn't put
money.
Good input.
You think do you think games work better on a timeline, or just these small devs that are trying to do as much as they can?
I personally like a timeline only because it gives me some sort of light at the end of the tunnel
That's
kind
true.
of thing. I don't like them to
I
be
think that's-
constricted by their timeline, but I like to know it's going to be out in. I'm not
Right.
talking about this Q4 bullshit. I'm talking about it'll be winter. Okay, cool, that works for me. Or
I
September
think that's
between
why
Christmas.
so
that
many
works for me.
people are waiting for No Man's Land, because we
No
don't
Man's
really
Sky.
have a tangible. Oh, sorry, No Man's Sky. My bad.
Yeah,
Because there's not like a tangible release date for it.
I don't like that when it's done thing, which Blizzard
Yeah.
tends to take. Although I can't really knock Blizzard because they for as far as I
They
can
do
see,
release a quality product.
they only put out quality products, and I can't think of anything right this second. I mean, I'm putting myself on the spot,
That's
but
how
I can't
feel
think
about
of a really
Valve, too.
a really
You know how I
poor
feel about Valve.
Blizzard product. I'm sure if Ghost had come out, it probably would have been a poor Blizzard product, but it never came out.
StarCraft Ghost? Possibly.
Yeah,
I think after like 7 years or whatever of fucking development cycle, they were like, this just is not good enough. Let's just fucking scrap it.
and then you
They
get
had like
into the
they had the title screen, and that was it.
then you get into the mentality of Duke Nukem Forever, which I mean, it came out and it was a decent game, but it couldn't live up to the hype that it had built for itself over the years.
That and Gearbox really, I really don't
Hey,
feel
listen,
like
they did what I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum before. They did the best they could with the license.
No, they
with the
really
product.
did not.
I feel that they
absolutely
did.
disagree with you.
Like I said,
And if
I'm not a
you
big
look at-
fan.
If you look at what Gearbox did with Colonial Marines, it just shows that
Well,
they
Again,
they
it's
took a
kind of-
license that they felt that they were very passionate about, and they did. Look, Gearbox Gearbox can make good games, and I think Borderlands is a fucking
It's a
testament to
shining
that.
testament to that. Yes.
No, what I was gonna say was that both of those games, while that you're right, Gearbox makes good games, and what I was trying to say was that they got both of those products far down the line from other developers who had already
I
done
think
stuff,
I
and they
think
just
the
kind of
reason
signed at
Duke
the bottom line. They were left with a check, and they kind of had to do what they had to do to make a game.
I think the reason that Duke Nukem Forever was marred so badly was because of the whole 3D Realms lawsuit and everything, and it really brought it down and possibly took away a lot from their budget. If maybe they had a bigger budget, they'd be able to release a much and then you bring up the whole Duke Nukem. Is it really fucking like a $500 million project kind of thing? It's just a fucking first-person shooter with cheesy one-liners. Uh, how good are you fucking expecting a Duke Nukem game to begin with?
And
Um,
that's why I said that Gearbox did. I think they did a pretty damn good job with Duke Nukem Forever. Putting aside the actual, it's a Duke game. That's what you expect, because I know me and Luke talked about this.
Yeah.
And I think that they really delivered something that nobody thought would ever be delivered. And on the point of Colonial Marines, I played it for about a half hour, which is probably more than
Yeah,
anybody else has
I
played it
played
in
it
the
too.
universe.
I played it for a
Um,
couple hours.
If you turn when you turn it on and you start the game, you know how you see like the different producers and stuff. That game had like fucking 15 producers on the title. That's just too many
Yeah.
cooks in the kitchen, man. I mean, who's calling the shots? You got puppets
Right.
on top of puppets on top of puppets. Who's controlling everything? Like, at that point, you're like, all right, let's just get this shit out of here. Even if it's a mess, let's just fucking finish it, and we can move on to something else.
I think it was and I'm so glad that somebody actually had the balls to release a good Aliens game with Isolation later,
Isolation, yeah.
but Colonial
Which
Marines is just a
they
fucking
had
colossal mess.
they had quite the mountain to climb. They had a lot on their plate after Colonial Marines to give us Alien Isolation.
Well,
Man, that was an
I
uphill
also have
battle.
to add, wasn't Colonial Marines? It was developed by Gearbox, but wasn't it published by Sega?
Yes,
Okay, that might have been part of it too.
because Colonial
'Cause
Marines
Sega,
had been announced a long time ago before it actually came out.
Sega's not really good with publishing. They've shown it with Sonic, but Sega's Sega,
Their time is behind them. Yes.
well, no, I was gonna say their whole strategy seems to be like, let's bring, let's make all this shit in the U.S. and let's keep all the good stuff that's made in Japan stay over in Japan.
Mm. Well,
But I don't
what's
know.
their motto? We make games, I think.
That's a pretty good yeah, that seems to be the analogy of the fucking decade, but
They used to be one of the top dog fucking publishers and developers, man. Back in the days of the Genesis and the Dreamcast. But
well,
their
yeah,
better
back
days are
when they were
behind
actually making consoles,
them. Yeah.
they go in the way of Atari and just fucking putting their name on other games that suck. They become an afterthought in the gaming industry.
Yeah. It's
Luke doesn't
unfortunate.
seem to have any input on any of this, which is nice.
I've
'cause
just been
it's probably
listening.
stupid.
I've just been listening and enjoying the conversation.
You said you played Colonial Marines, right?
Yeah, for a couple hours, I found a good group of guys that were able to make the.
Did you think it was as much of a hot mess as we did?
Um, to an extent. I mean, I
He's gonna
enjoyed.
buck the trend.
No, I enjoyed the time I spent with it, but the game itself was it's not good.
Fair enough.
I mean, it really wasn't. It just I enjoyed the time I put into it.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's all you can do, right? I mean, that's what games are for.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I found a group of guys on there who were able to look past all the bullshit to enjoy it as well, and that really helped playing that in co-op with some like-minded people.
Hmm.
Did it have it had co-op?
Yeah, it had 4-player co-op.
Oh, well.
Was it class based?
Oh,
Uh,
that's a good
I
question.
don't remember that much of it to really know.
I might be thinking about the multiplayer because I think the multiplayer was class
The
based.
multiplayer, I'm pretty sure, was class based. I don't remember if the single player was. If it was, I think it might have been character based,
Hmm.
Hmm.
which is essentially the same thing most of the time. But
Yeah.
I think the point of this presentation was play Isolation, not Colonial Marines, any
yes,
day of the fucking week.
absolutely, twice on Sunday.
If you haven't played Isolation, I don't know if we've talked about that ad nauseum or not, but Isolation is fucking incredible.
It is a gripping,
It
taut,
it is
and I
a
haven't used that word in a long time. It is a very gripping, intense game.
it's a very visceral experience.
I
You're exhausted when you're done for the day. When you're done playing it.
Oh yeah.
very
Yeah.
much so.
I think we were talking about that. I don't know if on an earlier podcast or somewhere. One of those games that you just have to kind of take a break because.
Oh yeah, I think we were talking
it-
about it when I was talking about Soma. Yeah.
yeah.
Did it come up
I
there? You
think.
were talking about some? I might have.
I think I was talking. I think I had messaged Jeff about it. Like it's just one of those games where you have to take a break because you're just. I need some other type of input, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose it.
That was Jeff
Yeah,
with the first Five Nights at Freddy's, actually.
Isolation
that
gave
game
me
can do that too. Yeah.
feeling a lot. Just like after any one encounter, I'm like
Yeah.
it's too tense.
It's a testament to the product, though.
Sean, were you able to get into a game? Because I still cannot get into a
I'm
game.
I'm just on the menu right now.
Okay, then I'm gonna send you an invite to something.
Well, because I got to go take a piss, so I wasn't gonna start a game and then go take a piss.
Oh. Then I'll just invite Sean or Jeff, unless Jeff's still in a game.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna get up
I'm in a game.
while we're still in the middle of the.
Well, then
the
I'm
cast.
sending you a fucking invite.
All right.
But
I mean, we can
unless
wrap
you guys
this up
had
and then I can
anything
go to
more
the
to add,
bathroom.
I'm exhausted. Of,
Yeah.
of topics.
I think that's gonna be about do it. It's hour and almost 20 minutes. So yeah, we'll
That's pretty good.
Be shaving some of this down, but yeah. So I think that about wraps it up for us this week on episode 12 of the Royal Ramble. As always, if somehow you found this without looking us up on YouTube, the YouTube channel is youtube.com/special set of skills. The Facebook is, of course, facebook.com/a special set of skills. The Twitter is at ASSOS Gaming. You can find the stream if Roger ever decides to show his face, his bearded fucking face around here again, at twitch.tv/GGRogerV. You can find Jeff's final WWE 2K15 pay-per-view this Sunday.
Oh,
No,
last
you won't.
one. Okay.
Oh, well, now he's
I'm
got
not
to do it.
streaming it.
Now he's got to do it because I announced it. Um,
I'm gonna start again with 2K16.
Yeah, he will be streaming 2K16, and I'll try to talk him into his last one on 2K15. That will be at twitch.tv/subliminalseg.
Way.
There's no way. It's segue without the way. And then I will probably start streaming some more Quiplash again here pretty soon at my home at twitch.tv/rockingmonk. And I believe.
Oh man, you gotta say that with some conviction.
I'm sorry. Twitch.tv/rockingmonk.
Say like a fucking bearded redneck.
That's not the point. Anyway.
I couldn't hear you over the sound of you cracking a paps.
Cracking a paps. Crack your face, bitch. So that's gonna wrap it up. Jeff, final thoughts for the folks at home?
I thought I had something. Yeah, play Metal Gear Online.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was gonna be mine. Damn
Yeah,
it.
you should,
Oh,
join,
well.
you should join us. Definitely join us on Metal Gear Online for sure. Metal Grill Online. All right, I'm done. Sorry, Jeff. That was yours. Sean, final thoughts.
Just like Jeff said, Metal Gear. It's surprisingly satisfying.
I agree with that.
It's unexpected.
Definitely check out Metal Gear Online. And yeah, I guess that's about wraps it up. I don't really have any final thoughts that haven't already been covered. We'll let you know how the Battlefront beta is, as well as Transformers Devastation next week.
Thanks for reminding me. I forgot I had that, even
Yeah.
after I said I had it.
And we'll see you guys around.